There's so much more comedy now. There's way more comedy clubs. There's so many more. I mean, even the Comedy Cellar, 5 clubs, whatever the fuck it's got.
Yeah.
You know, it's changed, and it's going to switch around. I don't think it's ever going back, dude. I don't think it's ever going back.
I really do think a big part of it is that now that we all have, like, think about it. There's people whose podcasts I want to go on, or who we might work together, and so I'm nicer to them because it's like if I was talking to the president of NBC, I want to be nice to him. Maybe I'll be on a show someday. So everyone's too. I do think there's some like battles. I do think Matt Rife kind of made some people speak out and go, "Oh, I don't like this."
What don't they like him?
Him, the popularity of it. People are mad about crowd work. I think there are some divisions in stand-up comedy that they crack now and then, but they don't.
I heard
it's all online. That's the problem. Online, people can get a lot of steam off, and I'm like, we got to start fighting at the table.
Yeah, I just don't. If Matt Rife came to the table now, he'd be like, hey, "Oh my God, how are you? Oh, that's good. Hey, you should do my okay, yeah,
Exactly.
that." We're back before. If he came to the table, were you at Gay Lips?
Sure, exactly. But would you do that? But would you do that to him?
I want to fuck your chin. That'd be my
Sure. That'd be great.
I'd like to that nice, sexy chin you had put in.
See, but that would be but
if you and him were there. Oh, we'd fight over you. me and Keith would prison fight over you two bitches. No, I think it depends on who's there. If Keith's there, let me tell you something. If Keith is at the table on a Friday night and I show up, it turns.
Yeah.
If Keith's there, Voss is there, Norton, I would not come to the table. It's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
It's going to go. Yeah, I've shown up and I'd be like I got to take a deep breath. I'm 53.
Yeah.
Now, if I see Keith and Voss or Norton at the table together with Quinn, right on a Friday night, I take a deep breath. I look at all the stuff and I go, let's go. What's up, guys? Shut up with your happiness. Right out of the gate. No matter what I say, it's happening.
Yeah.
But that's kind of gone, I think.
Yeah. I miss it. It's a cool
So
thing.
bring it back.
Sure. Next time I see you, I'll say, what the fuck is that happy? Get that smile.
Why you hurt my face? I didn't do nothing. I like you. I had my pie. Why you be so mean for?
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it to Colin Quinn.
Why are you giving up?
See, that's the
Loser.
thing. You're right.
What's wrong with you? Jesus.
You're right.
Fucking silly bitches. This episode is brought to you by GhostBed. I'm telling you, the thing that I really know is that you need a good night's sleep. If you're exhausted, if you messed up, it's not going to be good for my shows. It's not going to be good for productivity. It's not going to be good for all the podcasting I do. I need to get sleep. You need to get shut-eye to get your A game. That's why, comedian or not, doesn't matter, whatever you do, a good mattress is really important to sleep well and perform your best. For over 2 decades, the team at GhostBed has been making super high quality mattresses with premium materials and patented cooling features so you sleep better, cooler, and more comfortable from the moment your head hits the pillow. Take advantage of free shipping, a 101 night mattress sleep trial, and financing starting at $35 a month. Most orders ship within 24 hours, so you can start sleeping better this week. I'm telling you, this mattress is awesome. I have them in my house. You got to go take advantage of this sponsor. Listeners can get 40% off all products site-wide. You get 40% off mattresses, adjustable bases, and bedding accessories, or you can get 50% off when you bundle a mattress with an adjustable base. Use promo code YKWD at ghostbed.com/YKWD for 40% off site-wide. Limited time only. This YKWD is sponsored by BetterHelp. Everybody right now is focused on giving gifts and giving people stuff and getting stuff. Here's what you need to do. You need to give yourself something. Give yourself the gift of health, mental health this holiday. It's a great time to start that. So whether it's by starting therapy, going easier on yourself during the tough moments, or treating yourself to a day of complete rest, remember to give yourself love this holiday. Remember to take care of yourself, because if you can't love yourself, you're not going to be able to love other people. I go to therapy all the time. I've been going for years. I've gotten many of friends into it, and now it's so great that this is so easy. The problem is getting people to a place. You park your car, get there, go upstairs, wait in an uncomfortable room. You know, you got to cancel because something came up at work or the kidney. It doesn't work like that anymore. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, suitable to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. Switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. It's amazing. In the season of giving, give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/dude today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/dude. Yeah, baby. We're starting the podcast right now. We're back. You know what, dude? Live. Welcome, everybody, to the show. YKWD. I started a social media podcast. The fact. The YKWD podcast.
YKWD's back again.
Old school, back in the day, where it all started, before them all.
YKWD.
This podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules.
Shut up. You're ruining this.
Where's the bandana, man?
Sorry, it's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR.
That's what this podcast does.
Is there any better show? This is the original. What's up, everybody? It's Robert Kelly. We're here with another episode of You Know What, Dude? One of the longest running podcasts in the world. I said it. The fucking world. And we're above the Comedy Cellar at the Comedy Cellar Studios. The world famous Comedy Cellar Studios. And it's going to be a great show. But before we go anywhere, please subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube for nothing, Lugats, just hit the subscribe button. Just click it. It's free, dink. And like and comment, stuff like that. Go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly. If you want to become a full-time member, get all the episodes before everybody else, extra episodes a week, and all that jazz. We got a great show today. Max, who do we got on?
We have Gianmarco Soresi.
What a good name.
Yeah.
I mean, Gianmarco Soresi.
That's beautiful.
Is it good?
Yeah.
What are you? Besides
A little Italian.
a little bit.
A little Italian. And my dad, mom's Jewish.
Are you in Broadway? You have very big gestures.
No, but you know, when you said all that jazz,
Yeah.
my brain, like I was like, oh, a man of the theater, a man of the arts.
Yeah, you have.
I do all that jazz instead of et cetera as well.
You have Wolverine energy, but not as Wolverine as Hugh Jackman, but looking like Wolverine.
Sure.
Like Wolverine in between takes.
I mean, he played Boy George on Broadway.
Did he really?
Oh yeah, that's how he like broke in. He did Oklahoma, like from Australia,
Yeah.
and then Boy George, and that's why people always
I didn't know he played Boy George.
the boy from Oz. I believe it's a musical.
Is that about Boy George?
Oh yeah,
Wait a minute. What the fuck are you talking about?
I
man?
have to be right. I know this. I can't be wrong about this. I'm sure it was a Broadway show, and he wore like skinny leather.
That was not about Boy George.
Who am I thinking of?
Boy George is called Do You Really Wanna
Who was married to
Hurt
Liza
Me?
Minnelli?
Liza Minnelli.
Liza Minnelli was married to a man.
That was oh my God. Boy George is Culture Club. Remember Boy Do You Really
I know that song, but
That's Boy George.
who am I thinking of? Who did Liza Minnelli marry? A guy that was clearly gay.
David
Yes.
Drest.
Who?
That's who Liza Minnelli was.
The man from Oz. The man from Oz.
I mean, that's a guy from Australia, right?
Yeah,
And he played that.
he played that.
Now they say Hugh Jackman is gay.
That's what they say.
Are you gay?
No.
Are you sure?
Same way Hugh Jackman. I'd say no. Take that what you will. He just got divorced though. Hugh was
'Cause
married
we have
for a
a
long
gay
time.
test right now.
How does it work?
Watch this. Huh? What do you think about that? Huh?
Not for me.
Well,
Hey, I passed.
you know what? You are gay. That's
That's the test.
that. If you don't want my penis, that means you're gay and you have class.
Sure.
Where are you from, dude?
Potomac, Maryland.
What the fuck?
Very boring. Very dull. Horrible.
Dude, your name, you need to change that. Let's come up with another place. Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah, Saber Hill, Kentucky.
I'm definitely gay in Kentucky. I'll tell you that. There's
Dude.
no doubt about that.
Oh my God, you'd be face fucked in Kentucky.
I had a manager originally who said you should change your name to something more Jewish.
Like, why?
Because they presented it like, we're going to get you a meeting at ABC, and they're going to expect Gianmarco Soresi to walk in the room, and Gianmarco Soresi.
Yeah, you know what? You are like a goofy Mateo Lane. You're like,
I wish I was as fit as Mateo Lane.
Oh,
Dear
don't-
Christ Almighty!
don't we all?
Every video he's eating fucking pasta. I'm like, what is this?
It makes me sick to my stomach. His genetics are fucking ridiculous.
It's insane.
And you know who has better genetics than him? His sister. His sister
Really?
is ridiculous. Shaved head. Do you know how hot you have to be to have a shaved head as a woman and still be hot? I mean, smoking. But
haven't
of
seen
course,
her.
she's married to a gorilla. Of course.
Sure.
Yeah, hey, I love that. Women just want what they are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, of course. My wife got what she deserves. Dumpy Irish Italian guy from Medford. So, you live here with anybody? Sorry, I just touched you.
No.
It's getting silly.
No, that's the gay test. I mean, how many times do we touch each other's knee? I live here with my girlfriend.
Really?
With proof, more proof.
I mean, Hugh Jackman has a wife.
Listen, if he's single now, they got divorced.
Yeah.
He's a very good-looking man. He's old.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a couple more erections in him. Either way, and we'll see. I think if he's gay, he's going to go enjoy himself, and we'll find out.
Well, I mean, you could. I think a lot of people in Hollywood. I mean, I understand it maybe in the 70s, 80s, 90s, being like closeted, but now
70. You said that like it was a fact. The Gallup poll said it's 70 to 80%.
no 70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh,
the
70s,
years.
80s. Oh, I thought you said like Hollywood is. We all know Hollywood's about 80% closeted gay people. And I was like, we don't have
I mean, first of all, those numbers are right too. Those numbers are accurate.
you know how they'll say Tom Cruise is gay and so on. And I'm like, so you're telling me no one ever got a picture of him going in a room with the guy. John Travolta even, they say he's gay. And he was also accused by masseuses. So come on, Tom.
Listen, buddy,
Hugh.
there's certain things in life you have to accept, right? We didn't go to the moon. The earth is flat and Tom Cruise is gay.
Those are fun conspiracy. We need more conspiracy theorists that are more like he's gay or he's straight.
Oh, like who?
Like, what if you found out Lil Nas X was straight? That'd be shocking. You know Lil Nas?
No, I do know. Don't you age
Hugh
me.
Jackman played him a couple years ago on Broadway. It was a very controversial production.
I don't know if that would be if somebody pick somebody who you think was gay, like Charles Bronson being gay. Remember him?
Remind me.
Or how about Steven Seagal? That'd be a weird gay guy.
Sure.
That'd be weird. That would suck.
But who knows? Guys like that, when they're so masculine, who knows? They're
But
they're in locker rooms.
Do you have brothers?
I have one younger half brother.
Is he masculine?
Definitely more than me. He does.
Yeah.
He does not have the theatrical gene.
But you're in theater. You've done theater. You're
I went to
active?
college for musical theater.
Yeah.
So I left it behind.
That's where all the pizzazz comes
Yeah.
from. You have
But
a lot of pizzazz, dude.
Sure. I think it's a mix of like anxiety.
Even your eyes like look at me, but then they look over here, and then they look at the stage, and then they look at the balcony,
Great.
and then they look at the mezzanine.
I get it from my dad, and my dad's he's like he's a dog.
What do you mean?
Like he's a womanizer,
Really?
adulterer.
I mean, I'm sure he doesn't want you to say this on a podcast.
It doesn't matter.
Really?
It doesn't matter. I can say anything I want about my dad.
Are you friends with him?
We have a tough. It's not in a good place. I mean,
I wonder
he's-
why you're fucking trashing him on the podcast. You just met me,
He
and all the things you described about your dad are good in my book.
Sure. I'll post pictures of him online sometimes, and like women will be like, "Give me your dad's number," and I'm like, "I promise you, that's the last thing you want." This is a nightmare.
He's fucking the shit.
He was hot.
I love him. Yeah.
And so I think he got away with a lot of bad behavior, not being a good person.
Listen, your generation and my generation are different. What you call bad behavior, I call being the shit.
My dad slept with my kindergarten teacher.
Nice.
No.
I already like him.
No.
I like him. Were you in the class?
I don't
Did he
remember.
fuck her? Did she go, class? I'll be right back.
She stayed the night. I remember, and that's why I told my mom, like, "Oh, Miss Vance stayed the night last night," and my mom was not happy about that.
Well, did you learn more? Did she help you with some math or drawing?
No, I just learned to not trust relationships.
That's sad. So that is a weird thing though. I remember when like seeing a teacher at like the grocery store in first, second, third grade flipped me out
Sure.
because I didn't understand that they were humans.
You thought the grocery store was tough. How about your bathroom? Fucking bent over the toilet with your dad fucking her.
No, you didn't see her.
No, I didn't. Somehow my dad I never walked in on anything.
Because he's a professional.
I think so.
Yeah, he's a professional man.
I feel this is real. I feel like my dad. You know how they say Kennedy? Someone said Kennedy. You know, he came too fast. He wasn't like, oh, now you. Oh, did you finish?
I'll tell you
Kennedy
what,
was like, I think that's
I don't
my
think
dad.
that's what they said. I think he went too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as that thing hit the back of his head, he was gone.
Yeah, he gave bad head.
Hey. Buddy, so I mean, this is weird because my father, I don't know, he was like we go. I remember when we used to hang out. My biological father, we would hang out, and the waitress would come over, and he'd be like, "Ah, she's hot." He'd be like, "She's looking at me." He's like, "Dude, she's not looking at you. She's looking at me." And we kind of had a little competition in my early 20s.
Who's winning?
Yeah, but not like he would cheat on his wife. He loved his wife, but he was still a good-looking guy, and women still were attracted to him.
But what happens is they get used to that, and now my dad is. And listen, for 69, he's good looking, but he's 69, so he'll compliment women in a way that you just don't do anymore. It's just it's too much.
Like what? Nice tits?
Just like,
Hey, are those nipples?
no, not that
Is
bad.
it cold
but
in here? Are you glad to see me?
just like, ooh, look at you, or ooh, you look.
Hey, look at your camel toe. How many dicks you got in that? Like that type of shit?
But that tone.
That tone?
That tone.
Yes,
And
it-
I think it made me so uncomfortable.
Right.
Because I could see most women don't. Maybe once in a while,
Yeah.
you find a woman who goes, thanks for the camel toe compliment.
I know what it is about you.
Yeah?
When you talk in story time voice.
Oh, yeah?
Once in a while. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Even when you sip, you go like this.
Once JP McDade in a roast, he said it looks
You
like
make me
before
feel good when you talk.
He said it looks like before I tell a joke, I whisper to myself a 5, 6, 7, 8, and I thought that was one of the best. I ended up using it in my act. It was so.
It's very
good.
funny. You're very theatrical. Is your girl in the theater too? Is she an actress?
No, she grew up in a Chabad community.
Oh, really?
And she's a manager, so she did a little bit of
A manager of?
comedians,
Oh, great.
writers.
Oh, that's great.
Uh,
Is she your manager?
no,
That's weird.
it would be
Is she? Are you part of her company? Do you have a manager that works?
no.
Really? So you?
No.
I keep touching your long leg.
It's my long. I mean, hey, you're the ones who put the chairs this close together.
I wanted it. To be
Sure,
together
sure.
Because I did. Jazz hands.
You're theatrical in your own way. You're wearing colors on your wrist.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, I'm gay.
yeah.
I'm bisexual. My wife doesn't know. Shh. Only reason why I want you on this podcast so you can look at my pekka and what you think. No. So your girlfriend now is all this. Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
Get out. No, I'm kidding.
Really, at the Comedy Cellar?
From
yeah.
dude, did you see the kitchen? You're talking about yes. So
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy right now. I feel fucking. It
sure, I guess
sucks.
that's the vaguest way to put it.
Well, I mean,
That's the most nonpartisan way to put
no,
it.
I wasn't talking about the whole thing.
Oh,
I was talking
which
about
part do you mean?
Christmas. Yeah.
It's crazy right now. Christmas, Hanukkah.
what did you
all
think
these-
I was talking about?
I have no idea. I had no
Christmas,
idea.
it must be tough around this time of year.
She grew up, Chabad?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you most of the differences between Chabad and Hasidic. Hasidic is a bigger umbrella. Chabad
Right.
is under.
Yeah.
But she left that, moved into the comedy. That's like the community that she got into was comedy. So she did stand up. She did all these things. And then
Oh, she did stand up before.
she did. She didn't like take it that far. But she is, once for my birthday, she surprised me. Like one of my shows, the comedian I was supposed to bring me back up brought her up instead. And she did like a killer 5-minute
Oh, no shit.
roasty set.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Like a
So
really
she's got a sense of humor.
good, very, very strong sense of humor.
That's great. You know, my wife, I love my wife. She's got a great sense of humor. We were at a restaurant. The other day. My kid farted. It was on a bench too, so other people felt it. You know what I mean? So there was like a bench where like a lot of people sit on. It was like, and he lifted up a cheek, and then he just went back to eating, and she was cracking up, and I was like, Maximus, I'm so sorry. She was like, fuck them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? But that's great. I know some friends of mine who have wives that don't have sense of humor.
It's tough.
It's not tough. It's dumper.
I don't know why they would, because if you don't with this lifestyle and all the
With
sacrifices,
any lifestyle.
sure, but then you got to go. They go and they see them perform, and they just go, okay.
Oh, I mean, my wife fucking never wants to go see me, by the way.
When does she? I mean, so because how long you been together with your wife?
I've known her for 30 years. I've been married for 16, going on 17.
When does she sit and go, I'm gonna watch you? I'm gonna watch your full set tonight.
Never.
Never.
No.
No. She's
No.
the recent special.
Oh, she went to the special, but
Okay.
she did not sit and watch the whole thing. She could give a fuck.
Sure.
No, I mean,
Do you wish she cared, or are you fine with that? This is
no.
your world.
I got an old school 1950s fucking Boston broad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where she's like Archie. I'm Edith and she's Archie Bunker.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? She's like, just go.
I
Yeah,
like
see
our
you later.
references.
Like I was going
totally
to
missing each other for this. Archie Bunker. I've read about what Archie Bunker was.
fuck you.
I know he was like the racist
It's not.
caricature thing.
He's the fun. It's the funniest sitcom ever made.
I've
as
heard.
a comedian, you've never gone back and watched a
I'll go
episode
back.
of All in the
There's a
Family.
lot. There's a lot to cover.
There's
I've
not.
watched
There's
Honeymooners.
not.
I've
Nope.
watched Honeymooners.
Nope.
We're not. That's not good.
Not as good as All in the
Okay.
Family.
I'll go back to All in the Family.
First one, All in the Family. That's the one you watch.
Holds up.
That's the one you watch.
Okay.
Holds up. It's literally exactly what everybody's going through right now.
Sure.
It's the best.
I'll watch it.
You have fucking homework, young man.
Sure. I love home.
I'm going to bring you back on the show and I'm going to quiz you.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I mean, you are so flamboyant.
But also,
Look at that pause. That pause was a theater pause. You just went like this. You took a sip. You went like this. You were thinking. This is what you did. You went like this. You went like this. Also, I mean, what is this? Who does that?
You were theatrical too. It's so
I
not
know, we are. We should do a show together.
fair. I'd love to.
You're not-
It also is Italian. Remember, like there is. I know I'm not that Italian,
true.
but somewhere there is that. And I think in Europe,
if you
there's
right now fake an Italian, like you speak Italian, but you don't have to speak it.
sure.
Just go ahead.
Oh boy, I recently went to Milano and I
Yeah,
performed this. stand-up-
straight. You're a straight Italian guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Now talk your own voice.
Molto cacca.
Yeah, and now talk in your voice.
Hello.
You're a gay American. So listen, I know you have. How long you been in New York?
Probably 11 years.
11 years, and then you're kicking ass, man. You're blowing up right now. How does that feel? Is it something where you're like, I'm into it? This is what I want. Or are you nervous? Are you like, it's like, oh shit, I hope this stuff works out. Or how are you feeling about all this stuff going on? Because right now, you're blowing up. Things are happening.
I
for you.
appreciate it. I mean, I'm a workhorse, so I just work constantly, and I think right now it's like, oh, I need to do an hour, not just because I need to do an hour career. I need to make something that is a fuller piece, that is a bigger thing than the clips, than the this, than the. I always love writing new material, but it's like I need to fucking make a thing so I can look and go, look, I made a thing. There's so much of just churning, and I think sometimes I that's where I am, like, creatively. I like touring. You know how it is, though. It's just about ticket sales now, and every day you go, Jesus Christ, this didn't help ticket sales at all.
Yeah.
I thought the Netflix set would move a couple tickets in Tampa, and you're like, not even two.
No.
And so
You know-
I love that I get to headline and do long sets.
Right.
I mean, that is the dream, is to be on stage and be.
Well, it's
working
back in
stuff.
the day. You would be in the city working on your set at the cellar or wherever, just working on 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute sets. And then all of a sudden you have a 15-minute killer and you put that aside. You add another 5, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you have another 15. And by the end of the year or year and a half, you'd have an hour, and then you'd work that hour on the road. And then around 2 years, you'd have a solid hour that you'd want to film or put on a tape or a CD and put it out there for people to buy at your shows or somewhere. But now it seems like you have to constantly discharge material up on this thing every other day to get people to like it, to get people to follow you, so that the club sees you have, okay, he has 1 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
And and then you can go sell out the room, but you got to have the goods.
And then, but I also think you have to like figure out, okay, this chunk, I'm not going to release it now. Keep working it,
Yeah.
and hope that it has enough of an edge that in 3 years, when you finally perfect it, then you put it on a special. I think everyone's releasing so much. Ultimately, B material specials or B material that could have been A. But they didn't have the time or the discipline, or just the career doesn't support it. You release those specials sometimes, no one fucking sees it. So then you go, well, what was I saving it for? So I'm figuring out that, because if you just do the little things, I think sometimes I feel like, well, what did I make? I made a couple clips that some people liked. I want to make a bigger thing.
I mean, my last hour, I feel like I could have waited another 6 months.
Sure.
I could have hit it maybe 3 months. And made a few different choices in it, but it's because, Louis, it was just like, we're going to do it now. And I needed to get it out because if I look at the timeline, I knew that Ari was putting his special out on YouTube for free. And then Big J was putting his, all of a sudden I knew that paying for a special was going to be gone.
Yeah.
So I knew I had to get it out before Ari put his out.
Sure.
So we had to do it when we did it. Was it ready? Yeah. But could I have waited? Maybe polished it a little more?
Sure.
100%.
I mean, Louis had plenty of specials that are imperfect, but the chunks are so good that it works better imperfect. I would struggle with that. Like Shane Gillis's first special was the same way, where it just felt like this was what he was on the road with. It wasn't like finally some jokes had a couple tags that you could have cut it off, but it felt more real because of it. Like Louis at the Comedy Store definitely felt like that was like, it wasn't polished, but it was so fucking good.
Yeah, Louis got. I was at my cigar lounge the other night. Did I talk about that? We were. They were all the guys, older guys than me, and they're like, "We're gonna watch Kings of Comedy," and I was like, "All right, but it's good. They're good. I'm not gonna take anything away from all." Bernie Mac is the star.
Yeah.
DL's funny, of course. I'm not gonna say any. Steve Harvey funny. They're all funny dudes. I was like, in the 10 minutes in, a couple laughs here and there. We're just watching comics.
Yeah.
I go, you guys want to laugh? Put Patrice O'Neal's special in.
Sure.
And they were like, who? And I was like, gosh, put Patrice O'Neal in the thing. It came up, hit the button, play. Within fucking 2 minutes, the whole room was laughing, but like outside laughing, like uncontrollable. These men who would have hated Patrice.
Sure.
Oh, if he ever...
I always like, because I never met Patrice or saw Patrice, but like I'm a fan of his work, of course. But I'm always like, oh, he would have bullied me, I feel like, based on the stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have.
Like, that's, and it's
he would have called you, he would have had a bunch of names for you.
I'm sure.
What we called Jay yesterday, a city sissy.
Uh-huh.
But that's not you. Big Jay Okerson doesn't... He doesn't do anything. He doesn't have like any. He doesn't do yard work. He doesn't do.
Sure.
He lives in a doorman building, so he's a city sissy.
Yeah.
Patrice would have made it. But Patrice would have liked you though, as long as you're funny, and as long the people don't understand if he fucked with you, and that goes for any of us back then. When you would come to that table, there was way less comedians. There's so many more comics right now, because comedy was never in the realm of acting or music. It was always something that couldn't be done by regular people.
Yeah.
But somewhere in the last 10 years, it became just another job where anybody could go in like acting and learn how to do comedy.
Sure. They major. You can major it at some colleges now.
Right.
You can major in comedy.
So now there's so many more comics, and it was a boys' club, but now it's no longer. So there's a ton of girls doing comedy now. I mean, you look at the stage down. We have the 5 cameras. I remember looking at those at the cellar.
Yeah,
the 5 cameras of all the stages.
Sure.
One night it was all women. And it was all women of color.
You had a heart attack right there.
I saw Patrice's hand come up on the table. The owner Manny was like, "No."
I don't know if that, like, I feel sometimes I wish there was more bullying. I miss the bully, not the bullying, but I feel like the bullying helped keep the bar higher. And but I don't think that's about the diversity. I think that's more about we can all help each other's careers, whether it be podcast, whether it be casting. And so we're all a little bit more hesitant to step on each other's toes.
Well, it's 100% that, and it's more. I told you, it's acting now. Comedy actors don't fuck with each other. You're on the set. Hi, what's going on? Did you see that? I did. Ooh, and then you go in your little trailer. You fucking asshole.
Sure.
Comics go right up, dude. What's up with that shirt?
Sure.
Would you jizz on it? Do you have fucking Bernie and Ert come on that thing?
Just different colors.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Sesame Street jizz. You fucked a Muppet. You know what I mean? That's comics.
Yeah.
Actors don't do that. Actors go, oh my God, I love that. Where did you get that? And then they go back, oh, I fucking hate that shirt. Did you see that? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's an actor thing. Yeah? Actors,
Totally. I totally get that.
Because if I offend you as an actor, you could fuck me later.
Or you also have to do a scene together. You also have to we have to be real teammates right now.
Because you have a comedy, I'm the boss. I don't need you for shit. I can walk in, be a dickhead, as long as I go on stage and fucking crush it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to me.
Sure.
That's why comedy was always the shit. That you could just go up, even Patrice, his dickness would be overcome by his funniness.
Of course.
Even the industry had to bend to him.
Yeah.
A little bit. He bent to them at the end too, but that's why I used to.
Was he a frustrating friend? Was he someone you were like,
yeah, you ever walk with him? It took 7 years to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like walking with my.
But was he someone who shot himself in the foot career wise, where you're like, why did you do this?
Yeah.
You have to go on stage and say this about that person. Sure. They run JFL, things like that.
Yeah.
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 That's tough. But that's why he was so funny.
But I think it's weird. Comedy's weird now. Like that back table, if you go back there, it's always well-adjusted conversations.
Uh-huh.
Where before, people used to be afraid to go back to that table.
I miss that.
Because
now that I'm at the table.
It would be there'd be no pep talks.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, we never did that shit. It was a little more rougher, but everything was now. Everything is a little more everything. And I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know if it's I could say it's fucking shitty and sucky.
I can see the ways that it's bad now. Again, I don't want everyone to be mean.
Well, I said to the somebody at a comedy club, the owner of one of the comedy clubs, I go, hey, you got any killers? And he goes,
uh-huh.
He goes, we have a lot of good comics, but no killers.
See, I started doing check spots at LOL.
Yeah.
And there was a mean. There was still a mean vibe there. And I was bullied, not in a way that would make me want to quit. But Ken Boyd, if I was bombing on stage, he'd from the back of the room he'd say, boo, N-word, boo, and he'd just shout it.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off in the moment, but it did make me better.
No, of course.
It did.
It makes you, dude, I used to fuck a stool. You know how many times I would come upstairs and they'd be like, how was the stool? How's the baby girl? How's your baby girl? We saw you fucking her.
That's good. That's good.
I remember, who was it? Voss wiped off the stool after he went after me, went up with a baby wipe and cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is good. I think it is good, but it is, there's so much more comedy now. There's way more comedy clubs. There's so many more. Even the Comedy Cellar, 5 clubs, whatever the fuck it's got.
Yeah.
It's changed and it's going to switch around. I don't think it's ever going back, dude. I don't think it's ever going back.
I really do think a big part of it is that now that we all have, think about it. There's people whose podcast I want to go on or who we might work together. And so I'm nicer to them because it's like if I was talking to the president of NBC, I want to be nice to him. Maybe I'll be on a show someday. So everyone's too... I do think there's some battles. I do think Matt Rife kind of made some people speak out and go, oh, I don't like this.
What don't they like him?
Him, the popularity of it. People are mad about crowd work. I think there are some divisions in stand-up comedy that they crack now and then, but they don't. It's all online. That's the problem. Online, people can get a lot of steam off, and I'm like, we got to start fighting at the table.
Yeah, I just don't. If Matt Rife came to the table now, he'd be like, hey, oh my God, how are you? Oh, that's good. Hey, you should do my okay, yeah.
Exactly.
That. We're back before if he came to the table. Were Where you at, gay lips?
Sure, exactly.
wanna
But would you
fu-
do that? But would you do that to him?
I want to fuck your chin. That'd be my
Sure.
first-
That'd be
wanna-
great.
I'd like to fuck that nice, sexy chin you had put in.
See, but that would be no. But would
If you
do
and him
that?
were there, oh, we'd fight over you. me and Keith would prison fight over you two bitches. No, I think it depends on who's there. If Keith's there, let me tell you
Sure.
something. If Keith is at the table on a Friday night and I show up, it turns.
Yeah.
If Keith's there, Voss is there, Norton, I would not come to the table. It's
Yeah.
gonna go bad.
Yeah.
It's going to go. Yeah, I've shown up and I'd be like I got to take a deep breath. I'm 53.
Yeah.
Now, if I see Keith and Voss or Norton at the table together with Quinn, right on a Friday night, I take a deep breath. I look at all the stuff and I go, let's go. What's up, guys? Shut up with your happiness. Right out of the gate. No matter what I say, it's happening.
Yeah.
But that's kind of gone, I think.
Yeah.
And
I miss it. It's a cool.
So bring
thing.
it back, you pussy.
Sure. Next time I see you, I'll say, "What the fuck is that happy?" Get
What
that
the
smile.
fuck hurt? Why you hurt my face? I didn't do nothing. I like you. I have my. Why you be so mean?
Okay,
For?
I'll do it. I'll do it to Colin Quinn.
Why are you giving up? You fucking.
See, that's the
Loser.
thing. You're right. You're right.
What's wrong with you? Jesus,
right.
fucking silly bitches. I have. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Go for it.
Hang on one sec. Where are they? Right here? Yeah. Can you do me a big favor? Seeing as that you're going to probably be a big star in a few months.
I hope.
I think so.
Thank you.
I think you got what it takes. I hope you do when you become a star, you pull that pant leg down. I don't know what that's all about. Can we do that right now?
It's honestly people think it's like as if I'm like showing off. It's I have weird skin things. Like
do you mean?
I think I don't like clothes. I don't like clothes. Like
Let's get naked.
Sure.
You'd be naked right now.
If I came back and you were down, we're really down to do it.
Yeah.
I had a little time to prep.
I want to
Put a towel on the chair. This is a nice chair. We shouldn't be sitting bare-assed on this thing.
You shouldn't be. No, first of all, this chair has so much jizz on it from the 60s when this came out of a jazz club.
Oh.
Yeah. You know how many
Great.
fucking trumpet players have gotten head off this chair?
This was get head in a chair like this, you would feel like
Ah,
a
king.
king.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I would never get naked around you. Are you crazy?
What do you think's gonna? You get naked around me, and
What do you think is going to happen?
I couldn't resist.
No, I'd get
I would
hard.
take you here in front of all the cameras.
No, just my dumpy fucking tits and your fucking Hugh Jackman at when he was 14 body. I had Tom Segura on. Do you know him?
I've never met him, but I'm familiar.
Great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Just awesome guest. Sweetest pie.
Sure.
But every show we ask questions at the end from the fans.
Uh-huh.
But he left. The stupid producers forgot to say about they were so enamored.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can ask you the questions and you can answer them as Tom Segura?
Sure. I'll do my best.
All right, great. Hey, everybody. I'm going to ask these questions to Tom. Hey, what's up, Tom?
Hello?
Scruffy Bones. This first question is from Scruffy Bones.
Great.
Did you and Christine have equal input in the formation of your mom's house platform of podcasts? How did the idea for First Date come about?
Well, normally I charge for industry questions, but
Okay.
no, my wife, she came up with most of that shit, and I just said, yeah, honey.
Interesting.
And then we both did it in a racist accent.
Well said. Well said.
A good comedian can get away with a lot of things, but losing sleep isn't one of them. We got to be well rested to be funny. That's why I'm a big fan of the folks at GhostBed. They've been making high quality mattresses with premium materials for over 20 years. So you know they'll give you a good night's sleep. Right now, listeners can get 40% off all products site-wide. You can get 40% off mattresses, adjustable bases, and bedding accessories, or get 50% off when you bundle a mattress with an adjustable base. Use promo code YKWD at ghostbed.com/YKWD for 40% off site-wide. Limited time only.
This YKWD is sponsored by BetterHelp. Everybody right now is focused on giving gifts and giving people stuff and getting stuff.
Here's what you need to do. You need to give yourself something. Give yourself the gift of health, mental health this holiday. It's a great time to start that. So whether it's by starting therapy, going easier on yourself during the tough moments, or treating yourself to a day of complete rest, remember to give yourself love this holiday. Remember to take care of yourself, because if you can't love yourself, you're not going to be able to love other people. I go to therapy all the time. I've been going for years. I've gotten many of friends into it, and now it's so great that this is so easy. The problem is getting people to a place. You park your car, get there, go upstairs, wait in an uncomfortable room. You got to cancel because something came up at work or the kidney. It doesn't work like that anymore. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, suitable to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. Switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. It's amazing. In the season of giving, give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/dude today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/dude. All right, Benjamin Werderlich. What's the least favorite city he's performed in and why? What's the least favorite city he performed in and why?
Oh, does this guy say what cities he lives in?
No.
It's your city.
You hate his city.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Benjamin, you hate his city. He's from Canada.
The whole country then.
Moose Jaw, Canada.
that whole
It was
country.
Moose Jaw, Canada.
Yeah.
You hate that.
I hate it. Would never go
And
back.
why? And why?
Oh, just because the people from that country ask the dumbest fucking questions.
Okay. Good answer. Well said. Well said. Edward Botello. What is the biggest areola a chick has had you hooked up with? How big? Areola is the round part of the nipple.
Yeah. No, I'm familiar. I'm Tom. I've seen them all.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were the other guy on my show didn't know what areolas were. Guys.
Yeah. Chick, pretty big. Pretty like a small tea plate.
Like a regular sized titty.
Yeah, and it was pretty much the whole thing.
All right, great. Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
Well spoken. Jay has a question for you, Tom.
Give it to me, Jay.
Give us a story of Bert. He doesn't want anyone to know.
Oh, Bert. Bert.
This can be whatever you want. Know that right now.
Bert. He
Allegedly.
Bert allegedly. He doesn't like beer very much at all.
He doesn't.
And he really struggles every time. He's actually water. It's colored to look like beer.
Really?
And and he'd like to put his shirt on now, but he feels stuck.
Feels stuck.
He wants to put on a sweater. He wants to kind of switch it.
He's cold.
He goes on. He's freezing. I mean, every
freezing.
goddamn day he has to go out there and goes, "Oh God, I gotta take off the shirt again."
And I gotta drink water beer.
Yeah.
Damn.
That laugh of his is really just crying.
It's crying.
It's crying, and he squeezes it, and that's why it gets so high pitched and squeaky. It's crying.
That's so sad.
He wouldn't want anyone to know, but
it's so sad.
I'm Tom, and I have to reveal it.
That was well said. It's well said. KB, longtime listener, big time mommy. Since Nadav left the show, you know Nadav. I don't know.
Rest in peace.
When I'm supposed to laugh. Oh, because the guy who used to laugh when he did this. You consider doing more live show so your slower listeners like myself can chuckle along. Love you. He loves you. That's KB. When Nadav left the show, I don't know when to laugh. Have you considered doing more live shows?
No. Go on your podcast app, slow it down. Go with a friend that can point to you for when you should laugh.
It's good. It's good.
I really leaned into Tom's mean side. I'm sure he's nicer than that.
Stay in character.
Oh, yeah.
Don't come out.
I'm leaning into my mean side.
Yeah, there you go. Ready? Julia, has Garth contacted you regarding the bodies? Garth Brooks, because he's murdered people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. You don't have to give me any context to that question. I'm right aware. Garth, he sent me some encrypted texts, and
really,
we're gonna find those bodies.
Wow,
make it disappear.
Well, thank you for answering those, Tom. That's Tom Segura answering the questions from the Patreon. There you go.
Is this a bit you do with every person? You ask the previous, like the next person to be like, have you ever sucked a dick?
First time. Do you find this cock attractive? Yeah, we have a whole bit coming down. Anyway, we do have a thing I wanted to do with you.
Please.
Guys, is that set up? All right, we got a thing called I Would Love to Do with You. First of all, I want to go. Where are you performing? What's going on? You're going to LA to shoot a pilot. Can I talk about that? Not talk
think
about
so.
it, but you're going out. I mean,
It's like a pilot presentation.
and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I am excited. It's the first thing I've ever done with like a filmed panel live audience thing.
Right.
So yeah.
And they're putting you up, flying you first class.
No.
Wow. Fucking streaming sucks. I mean, what the fuck? Hey, dude,
Yeah.
you know, NBC, or what was it, Fox? I did a show for first class. Hotel was 5-star. Per diem, waiting for you in your room. I mean, dude, it was.
I feel like I got like a tiny taste of that good TV money. I was like the General Electric sort of spokesman for like 2 years. This was before I did stand up.
Right.
You might see it as like my dad, who was Rick Orfman.
I know Rick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
He was
him.
my dad in this commercial, and he had a big hammer, and he said, "You can't pick it up, can you?" And the joke was like, "Oh, I work for GE, but I do coding. I don't do the mechanical thing."
Right.
And he goes, "You're gay."
He
And
says
that
you're
was-
gay?
No, but that was the undercurrent of the commercial.
Okay. I mean, that's the undercurrent of the show.
The undercurrent of the commercial. The undercurrent was like, "You're not a manly man," and I'm like, "Well, you can still work at GE." And I got to do like these live corporate events where they would like fly me to Vegas for the
Wow.
GE conference. And I would come on stage and be like, "I can pick up the hammer," and then they'd applaud
would go
and they'd
nuts.
give me $15,000.
Wow.
I thought I had entered that era of my career, and
Yeah.
I did not.
You did not. You go sucked back down to us. Back to Tuesday night at
Back to spot pays.
10:15 after Norton.
Yeah,
You fucking idiot.
that's good.
You have to come up. Hey, let me snap you out of that.
Yeah,
All right, we got a little thing we're going to do with you.
please.
It's called Defend Your Tweet.
Oh,
You've made some tweets.
oh boy, what flavor of tweet are we gonna go here?
Now, we're going to play Defend Your Tweet. So here you go. You ready? Your first one. Can we read it, please?
Pretty controversial.
It's very. Listen, hey, you did it. Defend it. Here we go. There's your camera right there. Look over here. Look.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, there's your. They'll read it to you. Go ahead. What is it?
Upcoming dates 11, 24, and 25, DC. 12-3,
Pittsburgh.
12-28 through 30th.
Philly.
Philly. Everything else and then a link for.
Yeah.
Please defend your tweet.
Defend that.
oh my God! The shakes through my body just now. Well, these were admittedly,
Yeah.
I don't like talking about this publicly often, but I perform stand-up comedy.
Jesus.
And these were some gigs that I had. And, DC shows, they sold out. So in a way, the tweet was a success.
Improv, DC?
No, just the comedy loft.
Okay.
But the big room. And the big room. And yeah, I'm going to be in Philly and all those other dates. So
Okay.
so that's what I do. Unfortunately, self-promotion is just part of
Okay.
what I have to. I'm sorry.
No, that was good. That was good. You defended it. Now, defend this tweet right here. Defend this one. Ready? Read it.
I am flattered that so many theater majors like my stand-up comedy, but I was really hoping for a fan base with an expendable income.
What
I-
the fuck, man? Wow.
I've listen. I have a fan base, and we all sometimes we resent our fan bases. We go, "What have I built? What is this monster?"
Yeah, I middle-aged bald guys with fucking deviated septums and belly button hernias piss me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. These theater majors, they're loud. Mm-hmm. I know that if I died on stage before they'd help me, they'd go up and try a couple jokes for their own.
But they give you a standing O every time.
Sure, just like Broadway. It
And they
doesn't
say-
matter the quality.
At the end of your set, they say bravo.
Bravo. They give me flowers. They say they're proud of me.
Oh, unbelievable. All right,
And-
we have another one. Ready?
Yes.
Defend this tweet.
God.
Here we go.
Now that the strike is over, I can announce that I had a role on CBS's Blue Bloods in 2013.
I played reporter number 2
Jesus.
in 3 episodes of CBS's propaganda program, Blue Bloods. And in each one, I asked Tom Selleck a question. He pretty much ignores it.
You mean the gun guy, Tom Selleck?
Yeah, sure. I was a young actor. I just was saying yes to anything that came my way. And honestly, it was exciting at the time. And now it's just a shame.
Yeah, but you get those checks, don't you?
Oh, yeah. There's channels out there that just play Blue Bloods. So I get a lot of those small checks. But at the end of the year, 3 episodes, probably make $3 to $5 grand every year off just those residuals.
Fuck.
Reporter number 2.
I think I auditioned for that and I didn't get it.
You should. I mean, you should have been on Blue Bloods
so
at some point.
Blue Bloods. Are they done filming?
They announced that they're going to their final season. I mean, Tom Selleck is 108 years old.
He's so bad. It's a man.
His dad on the show is only 6 years older than him. It's true. Len Carew plays his dad. And when I did it...
Sounds like a black baseball player from the 60s. Yo, Len Carew just hit a home run.
And they had to change some camera angles because they couldn't show him walking.
Why?
Because when he walks, you can see how old he is.
Really?
So they had to make it so if you look at like later episodes, there's there's no walk and talk scenes.
No
There's
way.
people walking up and he's sitting.
Is he that old? How old is he?
He must be, if I were to guess, 86.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
There's no way Tom Selleck's 86.
79? What is it?
He's 78.
78.
He's old.
He's
still old.
As the head of the police, he should be playing like a president.
At 65, they retire.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 78. Holy shit. Wow. Can I see? Is there Tom Selleck walking funny? Can you see if there's a video up there? One more tweet. Ready? Do we have any more? Yep. All right, let's go. Defend this tweet. How dare you? Defend this, my friend. Go.
If anyone in your life is interested in pursuing an acting career, I'm available to talk them out of it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're killing people's dreams, huh?
Do you know how much I spent going to college for musical theater?
How much?
I don't know, $200,000.
Can you sing?
I used to. I
Sing.
mean, I could.
Sing that sentence.
My Valley. Wait, let me see it. If anyone in your life is interested in pursuing an acting career, I'm available to talk them out of it. I'm embarrassed.
You know what? I'm glad nobody talked you out of it.
That was great.
Thanks. I'm bi.
That's not how it works.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
everyone who sings just becomes bi.
100%. It's 100%. Listen to me. So your girl's here.
Mm-hmm.
You guys live together?
Mm-hmm.
So if this thing goes and you start having them, you just ready to go to LA? You ready to?
The stand-up in LA blows, dude. You know.
I don't know about that.
I just think like every time at least I come to the cellar, and there's not that many places, but you'll follow someone and you're like, oh, that thing that I thought was done because it killed on the road, it's
Right.
not fully cooked. And I think
Right.
if I lose that, I get nervous.
Right.
And LA, you can lose that quick.
Really?
I think so. There's
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of bad
LA
comedy in LA.
LA back, I think, in the 80s and 90s, when I think LA got a bad rap because you had to go and if you were the garbage man, if you were a ski instructor, you'd go up and do that shit. And then someone would be like, they'd have the industry showcases and they'd be like, let's get him and sign him for a deal. And
Yeah.
we'll
Ski
lock
instructor
all these
show.
people down and the shows would never go. And you have all these people that have development deals and holding deals and they would never go. And they would just be stuck in LA doing shitty comedy about something they did for one summer.
Did you have that? Did you have like Rob?
No, I never had a development deal. I never did. I was in New York, and I was bombed on those showcases.
Yeah.
I bombed so bad on a showcase once. I had to go up. I forget it was Mike DiStefano, which I don't know if you know.
Of course. I do.
Okay, so you know him. Very funny. Pete Corelli, you know him?
don't know if I know Pete.
Hilarious. So it was in LA at the Improv. Everybody was there. Every, agent, NBC, CBS. I mean, agents, everybody, networks, right? Pretty big one.
Yeah.
And the three of us are pretty similar, just
Sure.
men
Yeah.
doing men shit. And Mike DiStefano goes up and just crushes.
Yeah.
Corielli goes up and he's just a wordsmith, just fucking murders. And I went up and in the first 5 fucking seconds knew I was going to take a hot one.
Oh.
But they just didn't, you could tell that they were like, fuck, we already saw what we wanted to see. I don't know what. They just didn't like me. And I remember it was dead silent for a minute. And I was doing my act and there was just a couple people going, so I just stopped. I just stared at them. I went like this.
This is a nightmare.
And I stared them all. I tried to look at everybody in the room, like literally make eye contact with every single person. I counted to 25 seconds in my head, I think, or 30. And I was just deafening. And I just looked at them. The room was dead silent. And I just went, at the end of the 25, 30 seconds, I went, wow, that was pretty uncomfortable, huh? And I went, now you know how I felt. Fuck you. And I walked off stage.
No. Really?
Yeah. Yep. I walked off. My agent ran out. What the fuck was that? They were so mad. I was like, fuck them. I turned Boston. Fuck them, those cocksuckers. How fucking dare you?
That's so funny.
Mark Wahlberg. You fucking do that to me, kid? Yeah, I was miserable.
I mean, if you were bombing, might as well get that out of it. That's
heard
brave. I think that's great.
I heard if you ever call me brave again, I'll fight you.
That's brave.
I'll fucking kill you. I will suck you off in front of these autistic kids.
I heard someone secondhand at an open mic, someone was bombing, and he said, "Do you guys want?" Halfway through, he said, "You want to see my impression of a comedian turning it around halfway through a set?" And I was like, "That's a really brilliant. Like, you're bombing. Can you reset? Can you really reset it?"
You can reset in front of a regular crowd.
Sure.
You can't reset in front of industry.
Sure.
They're so tainted.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean? They're not there. They are there to see who they want to see.
Sure.
And unless you are really doing something that they have, you know what I mean?
Especially when there's just too many industry. If it's enough normal people, sometimes you can have a normal show. Like JFL, like, industry is in the back, so you really get a real crowd.
Yeah, they do it right. They'll put everybody. It's a real crowd up front. Mm-hmm. Exactly. But these things were industry showcases. They don't do them anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
You don't, right?
They have like SNL stuff, but
I did that too. That was the worst.
But sometimes you're like the people who get it. You're like it feels like they had an idea going in who they were going to screen test.
Of course, and if SNL was the worst audition ever.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
I did it a couple of years ago. I had a good set, but not.
What were the characters you did?
I did stand up. They let you do stand up now.
Oh, back then you needed 3 characters and 2 original characters.
Character sets. I think like if I really worked on it for a year, I could come up with one. But like quick, no way. I mean, that shit is really hard.
I did Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do impressions, but one that I can do in front of everyone is Christopher Walken.
And after silence, you looked at Lorne Michaels in the eye for 25 seconds and said, "Fuck you."
It was in Boston.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was in New York, somewhere. But the casting director was from Boston, and she got my other friend Al, who a week before I was like I'm going to do Christopher Walken. I was doing it so much that he was like, "Dude, stop doing Christopher Walken. It's fucking annoying."
Yeah.
That's how much I was doing it. He went in before me, and I did mine. She goes, "Oh, the guy before you just did one too." I was like, "You cocksucker."
That sucks.
And he went in and did, he fucking stole it.
You have to be so good. Like the guy who's on there now, James Austin Johnson. He does like incredible impressions. There's no point competing with him. He's a savant.
Mm-hmm.
I can do Jeff Goldblum.
Can I see it?
Yes. Well, I studied. I got Jeff Goldblum a lot, and
put these on.
I said, So I said, well, I better start working on this because everyone thinks I'm like him, and he's Jewish. And
It's not bad. I like that.
But I did it so much that you can, in my act, hear like some musicality things that just seeped into in the way you'll hear it now and then. I can't do any other impressions. So him and like John Mulaney were the only two I ever.
Oh, John Mulaney. What is John Mulaney?
Well, I can only do it when he's doing stand-up. My ex-wife. Yeah. And I had to stop that
love
too.
cocaine.
I love cocaine so much. It's the best.
I tell you, that guy, man, he came out of nowhere. And look, I'm at the cellar just murdering for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he came out of nowhere, and he's whatever. I didn't really give a fuck about anybody, you know?
Sure.
And he went up one night in front of me at the Village Underground and leveled the fuck. I mean, just this nerdy.
Yeah.
And I never saw anything like that. You know, like where just this nerdy white guy went up and fucking leveled the place.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple minutes to just shake him off whatever the fuck he did to them.
Yeah.
He's a murderer.
Oh, and I also like, as I get older or as I do more of the career, I'm like, oh, it's really tough just to stay good in this. When you have a fan base, it's tough to stay good. Just so many, you have other responsibilities, TV, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I'm like, he sustained this like very high bar for a long fucking
time. Him and Ryan Hamilton are just two dweeby dudes that crush. In a weird, clean, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I go up, but I got a lot of energy. I'm going, fucking look at you fucking. I mean, there's a thing. But Ryan Hamilton's just this, you know, he's a goofy looking Seinfeld dude. You know what I mean? He's like Seinfeld with COVID, but he crushes.
And they both do it clean. Like, I'm not a clean, and I don't want to be a clean, but when you see someone clean crush that hard, you're probably just like, Jesus Christ.
I do respect it.
Yeah.
I do. I can't do it, but
I respect it. I don't understand why. Especially if you curse and if you're like that, that's who you are. Yeah. Then that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah, me neither. My dad was a cursor.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's so weird. You're so not like that. You had some pimp, crazy, cursing dad, and
But he's also flamboyant, and like he has a flamboyance to him. Really? I would bet, if we're talking about like bisexuality, I would bet that my dad is
Stop.
I bet he's bi. I bet he's gayer than me.
I won't let you say it.
He's gayer than me.
I won't say it.
He's got. He's got.
I will not let you call your father gay on my podcast.
I think he is.
Oh my God.
I think he's bi.
Maximus, if you ever do this to me, I'll kill you. What's this thing on your merch? You got cum rag merch? What are you talking about?
That was the first. I have like newer, like the shirts and the tote bags, but originally it was a cum rag. It was just a bit that ended with a joke about only owning 2 towels, and one was a cum towel.
You got a tour date. I mean, you're touring everywhere, dude. Look at this. Can we read some of these?
Please.
Go to his website. What's his website?
Gianmarcosoresi.com.
That's a long one. You couldn't have come up with a fucking acronym?
It's one of those things, like, Gianmarco.com is taken by some guy who hasn't used it since 2007, and you're like, how do I get this?
Just go, how about juicylips.com or...
Put in juicylips.com and see what comes up
How about Gay Wolverine?
We'll put in Gay Wolverine right now and see what comes up. They're all taken.
Gay Wolverine is taken by a gay something.
It's Hugh Jackman's new Grindr profile now.
What is it?
Single.
Is it?
I'm not gonna. It's gonna give us a virus for sure.
Oh, nice talking to you. I mean, what the fuck, dude? You know what's gonna give us a virus? A comedy virus? You not doing what you're told. Who does that? Who says that on a? What producer goes? It's gonna give us a virus. You fucking old Jew. There's viruses in the computer, and we'll get there. Hamas is coming to get us if we go to gay Hugh Jackman.
Look, if there's anyone who knows viruses from porn sites, it's this guy back there.
That's true.
He knows. He's like, I've tried this site before. Believe me.
You're going to be all over the place. Memphis, Tennessee. You're going to Jacksonville? Or James, what is it?
Janesville, Wisconsin.
Janesville, Wisconsin.
Comedy capital of the world. Janesville, Wisconsin.
Jesus Christ. Philadelphia. He's everywhere. I mean, Philadelphia for 5 shows, 6 shows. Tampa, Florida. You had Side Splitters?
Uh-huh.
Great.
club.
One of the greatest clubs. My favorite club. One of my favorite clubs. You're all over the place. Go to his website. He's got a ton of dates. Very funny. And I mean, I've heard nothing but great shit about you.
That's very kind.
As far as your stand-up, you just kill. You fucking murder.
Thank you.
And now you're going out to L.A. to film something. You're on your way to fucking making it happen. And you worked the clubs. You were at this thing right here.
Uncle Vinny's.
You were at Uncle Vinny's.
Uncle Vinny's.
Now, quick little thing. I love Uncle Vinny's.
Yeah.
But I had a whole thing when I was there too.
And clearly this club is because it's BYOB and people show up 2 hours early and they get drunk. What happened
Could you guys
to
explain what happened real quick?
I wish it was mind your own business. It's fucking loud, chatty assholes.
So
Thanks for laughing.
I've been
at
there
that joke.
twice now, but the first time Ariel Elias opened for me. Great comedian, good friend.
Let's not get carried away.
And
we don't, no, I'm kidding. She's
there was a group that was there early, drinking, celebrating something where they were wearing fake mustaches, something Mexican related, but they were all white.
It shouldn't be allowed.
Shouldn't
When
be
you
allowed.
see them come in with dumb hats or stupid things, and they're trying to make wherever they were this. You're a comedy club. You got to take that shit off. Why? Because we're a comedy club, and you're being distracted. You're going to distract other people with your stupid shit and your antics, and you should know they're douchebags right away.
It's the same with bachelorette parties. It's not that bachelorette parties are inherently. It's that they're having an event. It's their night, and a comedy.
They're 100% are inherently shitheads.
Sure.
They have one girl, usually middle-aged, in a fucking tiara and a sash. Grow the fuck up. Seriously. Go out for your night, but don't go to a comedy club. And if you're going to go to a comedy club, dress appropriately. Don't dress like you're just the queen of the ball, you fuck. You're not. You missed it. You didn't get it. You didn't get it. Now you're getting married. Don't go to a church because you don't pray or believe in God. You believe in money and fame and clicks, okay? So just go out, have your party, and don't single her out as someone better than everybody else in the room, because you're not. You should have did it years ago when you were a virgin. And don't wear white, you slut. Go ahead. What were you saying? Go ahead. What were your thoughts?
So
Your thoughts?
we had a bachelorette party the second time. Then they had to get thrown out.
Of course.
But so Ariel Elias was up. She was going up first, and someone just shouted. She said, like, any questions?
She had a Trump joke, right?
No, she just talked about stuff that were progressive in the setup.
Yeah,
She's
progressive.
the
white
punchlines
people,
were not
white
like,
men are stupid and they should be killed.
No, but
Black
not,
lives matter, white lives don't.
That's
I know,
her whole
yeah.
set. She goes up. She goes, Black Lives Matter. Follow the science.
Gay people should be able to have everything white cis men and take it from them. Yeah, I know.
But it really wasn't anything super politically charged. The good jokes, and then this person said, "Did you vote for Trump?" That was how it started, and Ariel tried to be like, she had established that she was the only Jew in the room that day,
Right.
Other than myself.
She's voting for Trump this time. You know that. Mazel tov, bitch. You know you're voting for Biden. Biden wants fucking Biden's Palestinian, man.
God. Yeah.
You vote for Trump now, baby. I bet you that joke changed.
I don't think that's Biden last night. He was lighting the menorah.
Nah.
Last night, Biden. He said, without Israel, no Jew is safe. And it was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, what happens to us here? So, Ariel tried to like get out of it, and then also said, like, I live in New York, my vote doesn't matter. And the person said, I can tell from your jokes you voted for Biden.
Yeah.
And she said, and I can tell from the fact that you're talking when no one wants you to that you voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Got a good pop.
That's pretty funny.
Got a good. It was good,
That's
and it worked
funny.
in the room.
It's great.
And then she moved on, and then this woman's boyfriend or husband chucked a beer can, missed her, thankfully.
Yeah.
And then they walked out, and she was shocked for a second, but then she picked up the beer can and just chugged it.
Back at
And
her.
it was, what?
Backed at her. She picked it up and threw it back.
No, she just chugged.
Oh,
she
yeah.
chugged it.
I saw it.
And it was just bad. It was just like
badass.
It was just badass.
Good
And
move.
it was a perfect clip, and it was sprayed.
What
and-
sucks is you don't know she was a recovering alcoholic. She's been on the streets since.
Sure.
She went right back to booze.
Yeah.
And she's voting for Trump this year. Yeah,
That's
she's
you,
on-
Ariel, in a nutshell. Alcoholic voting for
I
Trump.
saw that. It was pretty badass. She just grabbed the beer and chugged it.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah. What were you doing? Fucking goddamn it! Don't talk to the crowd.
I
I told
said
him,
no crowd work.
bitch. That's my thing.
Once the person had left, I think the dark thought was I knew like, oh, did she get that with her camera? With all the commotion, was someone standing in front of it?
Somebody did.
Because I knew in that moment too that this was
Viral.
viral. And we went home on the way day. We were just talking, and she was like, "Yeah, I think I'll get a caption by Monday." And I was like, "I think you should
Do it.
And this is not me taking credit, but she did it that night. She did it that night, and I think it was very traumatic too. It was scary
For who?
for her. Someone chucked a fucking. Whenever I make gun jokes
listen.
and I'm like in Alabama, I get if I have the thought someone's going to shoot me, it's a scary thought.
Well, then don't make a gun joke in Alabama, you lunatic.
But then at some moment you're like, I'm brave.
You're not brave. You're fucking dumb. Listen,
Sure.
Isn't
bravery stupidity in a way?
But you got a free beer. I mean, come on. You got to look at the the good part of things, man.
Technically, I think it was a spike seltzer. It was a high noon.
She actually probably sells out better than you there now.
Oh, sure. Well, I don't think she'll ever go back there, but she definitely she stopped opening for me after that. I'll tell you that.
That's wild, right?
You know?
That one incident just fucking popped her off.
Yeah, but
She should have let it. It's too bad it didn't hit her.
I don't know if it would have.
If it hit her in the head, she fell.
She might have made more money off of GoFundMe for it, but not like.
I mean, you know what? She should have got her own Bud Light can.
Sure.
I got hit in the head by one of these fucking things.
But she did Kimmel after that. She did stand up on Kimmel and didn't
See
go
that?
back, and I did.
I actually had a lady. I had a lady who jumped on stage. I had a guy in the front row on his phone.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it was a nightmare, and he's checking the game, some stupid Philly game.
Yeah.
And I let it go, and then by the end, I was like, "Can you?" And then some other guy's wife was backing him. I was like, "Fuck you too!" And then he stood up, and they stood up, and they took him outside. And then his wife came up on stage and tried to grab the mic. I was, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then some big motherfucker stood up and it was crazy.
That was Uncle Vinny's.
Yeah, I've had that happen a bunch of times with Uncle Vinny's. And then they
and I went back and there was a bachelorette party and Dino wasn't there, but his brother I think was just like, hey, his bachelorette party doesn't look. They looked worrisome. Do shorter sets, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Kick him out. Clubs. I went to the casino and they do the thing of there's another bachelorette party. They say if there are problems, say get him some water. And this bachelorette party was being so disruptive. I finally said, get him some water. No, nothing. And I go, some water over here. Water for these gals.
Yeah.
And when I got off, I said, hey, what the fuck happened with the water? He said, it looked like you were handling it pretty well.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you want me to do? You want me to cry? You want me to curl into a ball and then you'll intervene?
Yeah.
You got to preemptively, and you can just go over, just stand next to them.
You
If
got
you have
the
a
money.
big enough bouncer, just standing will do
You know
the
why?
trick.
You know why? At those places they don't do that because they got to get a couple orders in.
I know.
Like that's why you know. I have a saying too. It's not. Can I get them a round of water? I'm like, hey, can you pour acid on these kids' face?
Like you said the code word.
Yeah, and then they go, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
And then they actually pour acid on their faces. I've burnt many a bride to be's faces, and they've never gotten married because of me.
That's good for you.
It's great.
You did a service.
Fantastic.
Comedians.
Dude,
everywhere.
we got. I want you to go to his website. The website again.
Gianmarcosoresi.com.
I mean, dude, it's a great name, but it might be too much.
I know.
It's hard. Gianmarco
I know.
Soresi.
I'm really stuck with it. It's
You're not.
a big brand change.
We can say GMS.
Is GMS.com taken by any chance?
How about the sexy Wolverine?
All these are taken, and I know.
They're not. What do you got? Is it taken?
Yeah.
What is gay Wolverine taken?
Do gay Wolverine, please.
Oh, please, dude. If it's not taken.
What do you think it is? I think it's just a random porn site. They just bought up every...
I don't think so. I think gay Wolverine is available, and I say you get it. Are you taking your time so that
Yo, what's going
the
on?
inside of my heart implodes, or are you doing it for a reason?
Oh, no, I'm looking it up.
Can you just look it up right there so we can see it? We want to see you look these up. Danny, I will tell you again. Can you, for the love of everything inside of my heart, just bring it up? Danny, I would like for you to do...
G-A-Y.
What the fuck, man? I mean, it's mind-bending. Do you know Danny?
I do. We know each other a long time.
You look just like Hugh Jackman. Are you related to him?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God. Will you hit the fucking button, please? Danny, I will kill you.
Danny, what is going on?
Danny,
just go into Google.
Just go into Google. I don't care. I want to see it. 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 I want to see it.
I'm so confused. What's happening, Danny?
Can you sing it? Maybe if you sing it.
Danny, go to gaywolverine.com.
Did it come up? .com. Just write gay Wolverine. It's not reach. Go to website when you buy a website like GoDaddy. He's so dumb at like he's smart in two things, and then everything else he's a fucking.
He makes great stand-up videos. That's why I'm shocked.
He's awesome, but he is as dumb as they come.
Someone else must be doing the captions because this typing is a fucking nightmare.
He's panicking right now, and it's almost interesting. Just seeing an autistic kid panic. Bring it up. What does it say? He brings up stuff for fucking juices. He sucks everything out of me. Type in.
He's just copy and pasting. Just typing Game
Just
Over.
type it, you fuck. How much? Buy it. Buy it. Danny?
Wow.
Buy
1
it.
cent for the first year?
Buy it. I want it. It's yours. Do you want it?
I do.
If you don't have as your website, please go to gaywolverine.com.
Yeah.
I hate you. All right. Well, dude, check out your stuff. I know you changed your flight. You're here to be on the show.
Yeah,
I really
happy to do
appreciate that, man.
Thanks for having me.
And you come back on maybe this year.
I would love to.
I mean,
And I'm going to go watch. I'll watch All in the Family.
What's that?
Questions and tour dates.
I was testing them. Listen, because the last show they didn't do the questions, and I was like, "Why would you know? You're producing the show." I kind of just go, "Well, you said you were ending the show." I know because I'm the talent. You guys produce it. I go, "Make sure you say." And he just did it. Good job. Tom Segura had 9 questions. You got 2. This is from Abe. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
These are for you now.
Thank God.
How much would it cost to burn your stupid jacket on stage like Voss Voss's had at Skankfest a few years ago? Please. Is he talking to you? Is that to him, Danny, or is that to me?
I don't know.
I wear jackets on stage. I have like one that is definitely polarizing. It's kind of like an 80s, different colors. For me to burn it, I do love that jacket. I would burn it for $2,000.
Done. Done. I will buy it for Abe and the fans.
Voss burned his hat for $75, I think.
200. It was 200.
But he owns, what, 1,000 of those?
Yeah, and the hat
Yeah.
was $10 at a fucking rickshaw in L.A. All right, this is from Jack. Hugh Jackman, by the way.
Hey. He's like, you free Friday night?
It's your real dad.
Yeah.
Which culture do you identify with more, Italian or Jewish, and which do you find more annoying? Well, that's just racist. Jesus.
I would say I identify more with the theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And more, because my girlfriend more Jewish these days, but that's because through her,
Mazel tov.
she's been bringing me to Shabbat.
Shabbat shalom. Adonalem b'keriko.
Grazie.
What? Non parli italiano molto bene.
That's pretty good.
Thanks. I didn't know if we would click like we did, and I feel like we clicked.
You're very nice. You're very sweet.
I'm a sweet young old man.
Yeah.
Go to my dates right
Please.
here. I'm going to be in, of course, Fort Wayne, Indiana on New Year's Eve, 31st, 2 shows. And I'm out. So get your tickets, man. If you come and get your tickets in Saratoga Springs, the week after that, I'm going to be in Chicago. The same week, the 19th, I will be in Germantown, and then Glendale, Wisconsin, Germantown, Wisconsin. After that, I'm going, of course, my favorite comedy club, one of them, Comedy Connection, Rhode Island. I love them. I'll be there on January 26th. And I'll be back at Point Pleasant. Uncle Vinny's getting shit thrown at me. and fucking bachelorette parties fucking with me. All right, please go to robertkellylive.com for all my tour dates and go to comicwearable.com. Hey, man, this is great presents for everybody. You got a birthday, you got Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you got, get them some gear. Fuck the check spot shirt, the reg shirt. We got the regs hat up there with YKWD, brand new hats up there. We got the new stamp hat. Go check it out. We got the sexy Robert Kelly, the old fat Robert Kelly shirt. Use code word Ladybug. Get 20% off. Guys, what do you got?
Max Marcus Comedy, all social media.
At Danny Braff on Instagram and see me January 12th at the Dojo Comedy, New Jersey.
Faster.
You could check out the Cheese Show on YouTube by typing in Cheese Show.
I feel like I told, it's like I throw like chicken feed down and then go. Hilarious. All those guys are very funny.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that they're doing the show. And check him out. And you can't tell us what you're doing, but you're going to do a pilot, so congratulations on that. Have fun.
I got a podcast, The Downside. Check that out, too.
There you go. Well, who you do it with? Yourself?
Me and my good buddy Russell Daniels. He's a sketch comedian.
What's it about?
It's we have guests on. We just talk about what sucks about their life, their upbringing, where they came from.
No shit.
And society.
Sounds depressing.
Yeah. But
Is
in
it?
a good way.
In a
like
good
in a Jew, kvetchi.
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 All right. You made that a thing.
I made that, yeah.
Kvetchi.
Kvetchi.
Kvetchi. Shabbat shalom.
Salami.
Staminkia. All right. We'll see you guys next time on You Know What, Dude?
You've been listening to the YKWD podcast. Thanks for listening. Now go back to your shitty jobs. Shitty jobs. Shitty